Hello. Happy Friday. I hope everyone has a happy weekend this weekend. I'm just getting back to posting and reading tarot. But I thought I would talk about um, something before I get started just to get my words flowing and while I shuffle decks and you know what I'm saying, get stuff in order. So, hello everyone, it's 2021, and speaking of years and numbers, that's what I wanted to talk about in regards to the Chinese Zodiac. Um, of course, I knew about the Chinese Zodiac. It's not something I'm completely extremely familiar with, but it's something that I've learned over time and something that's been relevant that I have seen for me in the past few years of what I observed. And the Chinese zodiac goes off of a cycle of 12 and it aligns with some type of orbit or rotation with the planet Jupiter. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion and growth. And it resides over the sign of Sagittarius. But it is a 12-year cycle, and it starts off, well, where I became aware of it was somewhere between 2019, really aware of it, and it was relevant, was somewhere in between 2019 and 2020 when it was, when I understood that it was the year of the pig, 2019, and it aligned with a lot of greed for America. You know, America is supposed to be a country. It's not supposed to be a business, but we all know that that's exactly what it is. And then, someone who came in place to openly run it as such and didn't try to hide the fact. So it all had to do with greed, getting to the top, win, anything, it just was a time like it seemed like greed was just overtaking everything. And then the following year, well, like the pigsty, filth. There was a lot of exposures for things going on with trafficking of children and young women and stuff like that, and government and politics and the movie industries and just people in that area. So just the filth, the swine, the wallowing in the mud, the, they carry, what do you call it? Worms. What are the worms? Pigs have worms. What do you call that? I'm drawing a fucking blank, yo. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm like, I really am drawing a blank for what the fucking word is. Well, anyways, I literally can't remember the name of what you would call something that has worms, an infestation of inside worms. But parasite. Parasite. Dude, what the fuck? Parasitic. They carry parasites. They spread parasites. Pigs. And then 2020 was the year of the rat. So the pig is at the end. The pig is the last, and the rat is the first, because what happens is when mankind gets too greedy or gets to a certain point in all kinds of stories, and they're doing bad things, they start to get wiped out. And when stuff starts to get wiped out, you could call it, apocalypse. You could call it pandemic. You can call it what you want. But what happens is the earth starts to get cleansed. And when the earth gets cleansed, there's a few things that are like they always say will be the last to survive. Rats and roaches, rats and roaches. So it's the end and a reset of a time where everything was great to bring you back to reality, that what once was at the bottom can now be on top. So here comes the rat race, and it's a time for everyone to either survive or thrive. So some things will be thriving, some things will be surviving, some will be doing both, some will be doing neither. A lot of people didn't survive 2020. A lot of people got taken up before 2020 because they weren't meant to go through this. They were meant to go before for something else, for another purpose. So you have the rats, the people that take advantage of that time, like everyone who took advantage. Come on now, businesses that didn't crash, the ones that could, the medical industries and, politics and people in certain businesses, trading, they made a lot of money during this time. The sale of masks, just hand sanitizer. So like I said, some will survive, some will thrive, some doing better than they done before. Not say it is so. I've seen it with my own eyes. People who are doing better now than they were before, and people in all walks of life, like from the low to the high. It's things that swapped around for them, or people who are doing just as good, or people who what was meant for their bad turned around for their good. But you also have those who take advantage. So it's the rat race, where the playing field is leveled, and the rats bring in the plague. They bring in the virus, the bacteria. They bring in the plague. They come help even things out. They come eat the crops. So groceries are low, and you can't find stuff you would normally get. You know what I'm saying? Items are scarce. So, yes, the year of the rat, 2020. But, like I said, now we're going in to see the Chinese New Year. Doesn't start the same time as the Western New Year. It starts like mid January, and that will be this year. 2021 will be the year of the ox. So what you can anticipate for 2021 will be things like hard strength, hard work, persistence. Okay? Basically, after things were ravaged, you may have planted and expected a harvest, and then it was ravaged. But so now you're out there tilling the soil again, the ox. Steadfastness. In the story of the Chinese New Year, the ox actually is the one who's supposed to win this race to be the first. That was the emperor had these animals run, but the rat hitched a ride on the ox, and the rat jumped off last minute at the finish line and won, and he became the first, which was previously the last. But the ox won because he kept his eye at the goal, but he also didn't stop to help nobody in the race. A lot of other creatures did if they didn't get distracted or they weren't lazy. The ones that really would have won easily, uh, they stopped to take care of other animals or other situations, even people, so they weren't the first of the first to make it at the race. So it's also a time to be watchful of people trying to benefit off the sweat of your back, hmm off of your labor that you have put in and been putting in. Um, it's to continue doing what you've been doing or find something to put your energy into and stay focused on doing that. Stay focused, stay strong, stay diligent, and be cautious of someone trying to basically ride your coattail or benefit off of you and what you've been doing. Um, so that's what you can expect from 2021. You're also gonna see this reflect in just your personal life and areas of the world. A lot of people having that um, pull yourself up by your bootstrap mentality again. hmm And in some areas, like through uh, throughout the world or your everyday life, you're gonna see people in certain stances not budging on that, being very hard headed, not budging and not wavering in what it is that they're doing or supporting or whatever. So um, it's a good time to do that in your personal life for the things that you really want, not not budging on that, not wavering on that, and keep on putting in the work. And even if you feel like some of the work you're doing doesn't directly go towards your goal, you just have to know that all energy that you transmute can comes back to you in whatever form that you want it to. So as you're doing anything throughout your day that requires your energy, that the universe is going to give it back to you um, with your goal in mind, because that's the concept that you have. You say at it to yourself while you're doing this, even this thing is going to bring me to that, you know? So as you do even daily things, this thing is going to bring me to that. You set your mind on that, so that everything you're doing, you automatically start to just know, like as you breathe, like everything I'm doing, it's bringing me to this. So keeping your mind on that, keeping your path on that, staying hardworking, because 2022, and you're gonna start seeing, you know, towards you're going to notice things changing in 2021 um, from all the work you've been putting in. You should be able to start seeing at some point the light at the end of the tunnel, because by 2022 it is the year of the tiger. So for those who kept that hardworking mentality, stayed focused, and had their goals, and really just was like, I'm going to achieve them. 2022, when you get the tiger, tiger is like the year of like, man, great things, big things pop in, little things stop in. You know what I'm saying? Um, like all of that work is just gonna come through. Like you come up if you've put that work in. Like you've come up. The tiger's like the king of the jungle, right? Mhm. Yeah. Swift movement, strong, confidence, um, freedom to move freely and do what they desire and take what they want. Independence. Hmm. So those will be the vibes and the energy of the Tiger 2022. Um, so that's really, I'm not gonna go into any further than that. Um, but this year is the preparation for for that. That's coming. Um, so keep that in mind, and um, read up on the Chinese Zodiac, read up on the animals, read how it affects the years and the times and the vibes and everything. But yeah, watch the 12-year cycle. You'll see a lot of you can research it and see it throughout history and time how it represents this cycle of reset, come up and starting over, you know. Uh, mhm. Um, you'll see it. Mhm. You'll definitely see it. Last year of the rap was 2008, and that was when Obama was in office. Mhm. And we got a stimulus that year too, because the economy crashed. Mhm. Um, if you remember, that was 12 years on the same 12-year cycle, 2008, 2020. Mm-hmm. So you can study it, you can research it, you can see how it, relates. Um, but anywho, I feel like my words are flowing a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and do my other tarot reads that I owe. I tried to do Aquarius yesterday and I did get a message for them, but like my kids was running around, popping in and out of the video, and I I feel like I was out of it. So I'm gonna try again today. Try to get some more reads done. Um, yeah, like and subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm a little bit boring these days, but it is what the fuck it is. All right, peace out. Enjoy y'all weekend.